about soils, no, which is related to the course. So this is our learning outcome. So at the end of this lesson, at the end of module 1, you, the students, should be able to discuss the basic concept of soil being a vital part of the ecosystem, explain the soil dimensions and boundaries, and explain the different functions of the soil, not only for crop production but to environmental concerns and issues. So let's start with a module pre-test. So this is supposed to be the quiz kaganiha. But tungod kay nag-conflict man sa schedule sa kuan room, no? But it was already arranged. So next week we will have a face-to-face na nga klase. So number one, different people have different concept of what a soil is depending on their field of interest. So for a farmer, soil is what? A dirt, medium for plant growth, or supports infrastructure.
B, ma'am.
Oh, very good. Medium
Letter
for
B.
plant growth. How about to the engineers? For the engineers, soil
C,
is
ma'am.
Structure.
C.
it supports infrastructure, no? For mga arte, mga city dwellers,
A.
Dirt.
oh,
Ma'am.
dirt, no? Labi na sa atong mga ladies siguro, labi na kay tag-as kayo og mga nails, naka-extension, unya, kay sa laboratory, kay magkumot-kumot man mong yuta. So, never ever mention dirt, ha? As long as you are still enrolled to Soil 110, kay automatic makabati, hagbong. Ditawid syokrato. But please, embrace the soil because we will not leave this world without soil. Di ba? Magkuan da ita, kanang maglupad. Dili man. And the food that we eat, even if it's pork, even if it's chicken, but the inputs, the feeds that was given to those pigs and chickens are actually planted in the soil. So soil give everyone's life, no? So we have to conserve the soil because it is very important to us, and soil, once it gets damaged, once it gets degraded, it is very difficult to um, to manage it or to rehabilitate it. Number two, the following are components of the global ecosystem except A, hydrosphere, biosphere, atmosphere,
D, ma'am.
asthenosphere.
D, ma'am.
May
D, ma'am.
D, ma'am.
D, very
D, ma'am.
good. Yes. So D, si asthenosphere, wala na siya appeal, no? So the components only includes hydrosphere, biosphere, atmosphere, pero naapay kulang. Aso man din ha, makita na to ang soil. In which
Pedosphere, ma'am.
component? Okay, pedosphere, pero wala din hino ka bright ba din ako mga student na lang kung magklase. Ay, nag-study na mo?
Yes, ma'am.
Ay, ka very
Yes, ma'am.
good. Sige, paspasa na lang ni nato. Number 3, a branch of soil science that deals with the supply of proper form and amount of nutrients to the growing plants.
B, ma'am.
Ha?
A, ma'am.
Sorry, basics, ma'am.
A, soil fertility, no? So soil science has different branches or different fields. So na soil fertility, soil physics, soil microbiology, soil chemistry, soil ecology. So daghan ano, we will get to know each of these branches as we proceed with the discussion, no? Number 4, soil profile refers to the horizontal section of the soil from the surface down to the bedrock. True or false?
False. False, ma'am.
By vertical man
False.
kami horizontal.
Very good. So the horizontal section is actually the soil horizons, no? Or the layers. But when you say soil profile, this is the vertical section. So the answer for number 4 is false. Number 5, it refers to the study of the earth.
B,
Soil
ma'am.
science, geology, ecology.
Geology, ma'am.
Geology.
Very good. Number 6, one of the functions of soil is to filter contaminants before reaching the water table. True, false, maybe. What is your answer?
True, ma'am. True, ma'am.
True. Very good. Number 7, the presence of earthworms indicates dirty soil, healthy soil, contaminated soil.
B, ma'am.
Letter B.
Letter
Yes,
B.
letter B. Healthy soil. Makabantay bitaw mo when you were still in elementary, or I don't know kung nagtanong-tanong pa ba mo sa elementary, no? So, nagtanong-tanong na to sa una, kay pahimuon ta garden. Itong mga tambakan o mga dahon, daghang organic matter, dagko po ang mga earthworms, no? And that is an indicator that the soil is healthy. There is a lot of nutrients in the soil. That's why the earth is healthy. So that's how we look, or it's just one way to check the fertility status. A classical concept. Na may modern concept, if you have studied the modern concept, is a three-dimensional. Good. Number through the body.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so now, so kadtong mga wala naka-answer, wala ni tingog, wala sa to sila nag-study, wala ka-answer. Ang ni tingog, very good. So don't forget those questions because those will come out during the examinations. And again, our exam are multiple choice. Oh, Sayandra, di ba? Pero that's actually the pinaka-lisod na siya nga type of exam. Ang essay mo ng pinakasayo. Focus here is the pedosphere because we are studying soil, no? So in the pedosphere, these are, let me check ha, kay murag na ay nagpa-admit siguro. O sa ikuan, stop. Na ay nagpa-admit. Wala naman po. Pero ay, ni gamay na di ayta, nanguli na silang uban. Sige, I'll go back now. Ay, naalagi nagpa-admit for a while ha, kaya na ay nagpa-admit. Hello, Marielle. Do you have question? You have raised your hands, Marielle Columnas. Do you have question? Wala?
Wala, ma'am.
Okay. Sige, I'll go back now to my screen, ha? To my PPT. Kitaan na ninyo? Nabalik na, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this is
Yes, ma'am.
the most abundant elements in the grass. So you have the oxygen, silicon, aluminum, iron. Auto class nga chemistry, basic knowledge about chemistry is very important in soil science course. Kaya naamang good ni mga element, mga chemical reactions later on. If you don't know what is O, what is Si, aluminum, Al for example, so di ka correlate mo tong at least no na you have chemistry naman in your high school, so you know what is OB,
Oxygen.
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 SI,
Silicon.
Silicon, ma'am.
Al.
Aluminum.
Aluminum.
Fe.
Iron.
Iron.
Ca.
Calcium.
Ca.
Calcium.
Calcium, very good. Na.
Sodium.
Sodium, very good. K.
Potassium.
Very good. Mg.
Magnesium.
Very good. Very good. So these are the most abundant element in the crust, and the most abundant is the oxygen, no? So we will also tackle, or we will also discuss rocks and minerals later, no, as we progress the discussion. Now, why we have to study or why we need to discuss rocks and minerals? Because these are the parent material of the soil, now which is which are also found in the pedosphere. So these are the parent material. When we say parent material, diri gikan ang soil. No, the soil is developed from the rocks and the minerals. So we will discuss rocks and minerals also later. So when we say pedosphere, again, this is the thin layer of soil formed from the weathering of the rocks in the upper portion of the crust. And the soil cover ranges from a few centimeters to a few meters. No, depende. If the soil is still young, so thin pa na ang iyahang layer. But if the soil is already old, so kuan na pod, bagka na pod kaayo ang yuta. No, so that's depends on the degree of the soil development. So if we are going to define soil, a complete definition of soil that includes the factors of soil formation is this one. So soil class is a living dynamic system, no, which forms at the interface between the atmosphere and the lithosphere in response to forces exerted by climate and living organisms acting on parent material as conditioned by topography or relief over a period of time. So kana naka-highlight class like climate, organic, living organisms, parent material, topography or relief, and time are the 5 factors of soil formation. Okay? When we say living, why soil is a living? Why it is living? Wala man naginhawa ang yuta. What do you think? What's in the soil that makes it living?
Ang mga raw materials, ma'am, ang mga food para sa mga people.
Okay, what else?
Mga organisms, no?
Okay. Yes, the organisms, no? Starting from the bigger organisms, the macroorganisms, the mesoorganisms, the microorganisms that lives in the soil makes the soil living. Even the plants, no? So it makes the soil living. It is dynamic. Why it is dynamic? When we say dynamic, it changes from time to time. No? So it is a dynamic system. It changes over time. From a young soil, over a period of time, it will develop as an old soil. From being black in color, over a period of time, it will change to red color. Okay, so it is dynamic. It changes due to the different factors, no? The climate, the living organisms, of course, the parent material also dictates the condition, especially on the fertility status of the soil, and also the topography or where the soil is developed. Is it in the flatland, in the hilly land? Okay, so these are the factors, no, that affects the development of the soil. So again, this is a complete definition of the soil. So you have to memorize this and put it in your mind aside from just memorizing, no? Okay. Another definition of a soil, so a collection of natural bodies on the earth's surface containing living matter and supporting or capable of supporting plants. So in a nutshell, soil is a natural body. It is a transformed or decomposed rock. It is porous, na may mga buho. The properties are influenced by all components of the ecosystem. Okay. So again, there are two concepts of soil dimension. The first concept is the classic concept or the classical concept, which only considers the space dimension, no? So when you say classic concept, it means the soil is a three-dimensional body. It has the length, the breadth, and the depth. So it just consider the space dimension. In the modern concept, aside from the space na ay napuno, the time dimension. No? So in the modern concept, it is called soil as is a space-time structure. So you have the length, the breadth, the depth, which is the space dimension plus the time dimension. So that's the difference between the classic concept and the modern concept. The time dimension in the modern concept was added. Indeed, time is very important, diba? It's one of the five factors of soil formation. So mao to nga gi-appeal ang time because over a period of time, soil changes, no? So aside from the breadth, the depth, unsa pa tong usa? Unsa to ang classic concept? Space dimension?
Length, breadth, and depth.
Okay, length, breadth, and depth. The time, yes, the time factor is also very important in the development of the soil. Okay? And when we say time, there is this principle called principle of uniformitarianism. When we say a principle of uniformitarianism, this is a basic physical laws no governing natural processes, which means that the processes that happens now already happens before in the past and will continue to happen or to operate in the future. Example, the weathering. No, weathering class, that's the process of breaking down the rocks to make it soil. So this weathering process is a continuous process. This process already happens in the past. It's ongoing, happening right now, and it will still happen in the future because it's a continuous process. And that is just one of the example when you say principle of uniformitarianism. Another very simple example no, is the typhoon that we are experiencing or the heavy rains. Now, this phenomenon already happens in the past, and now we are experiencing it. No, surely in the future it will still operate or it will still come back. No, the process will come back, and that is called principle of uniformitarianism. The development of the soil is one example that illustrate the principle of uniformitarianism. Nagets ninyo class? Nagets wala or nangaon na mo? Lawa na initingog.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Very good.
ma'am.
So,
Yes, ma'am.
thank you. So, a soil class has different boundaries. Napo na yung mga boundaries, no? So, naay gitawag nga upper limit and the lower limit. When you say upper limit, it's the air, the shallow water, the living plants, or the loose plant material that has not began to decompose. That is considered as the upper limit. When you say lower limit, this is the depth to which soil weathering has been effective. So again, now in the illustration, when you say upper boundaries, kanang nasa babaw, no? That includes the air, the shoots of the plant, the water if there is water, the loose plant material or the decomposing plant material, padulong pa ma-decompose, that is called the upper boundary of the soil. Below that is called the lower boundary. But there is also another boundary which we call lateral boundary. This is the boundary at the side, no? It's the deep water or barren areas of rocks, ice, salt, or shifting desert sand dunes. No, nga wala pa na broken down into pieces na rocks, no? Intact pa, that is called lateral boundary. Okay, so if you have this one in the illustration, the upper portion, no, the upper portion kanang naay mga naitanong above that blue line is considered as the upper boundary. Below that one is already the soil, and the side where there is too much water bitaw, no, sa babaw, when there's too much water, maglisod pod o decompose ang rock, no, naara gid siya optimum moisture level. So in that case, katong naa na sa lower part is considered as not yet a true soil, no, not soil, because it is most likely still a bedrock, no, mga bato-bato. So the lower boundary, the depth to which soil weathering has been effective, again, is the lower boundary. So difficult to define, but generally thought as the common rooting depth of the plants, no, of the native perennial plant. Muna siya ang lower boundary of the soil. Kung dili naka-penetrate ang roots sa kanang mga kahoy, no, perennial plant, that is considered as non-soil. Dili na siya soil. Kutob ra kung asa naka-penetrate ang roots, that is considered as the lower boundary of the soil. Okay? So again, what are the three boundaries of soil? The upper, yes,
Upper,
lateral, and the lower
Lower.
Very good.
Boundary.
Very good. So let's continue. So soil class is a part of a landscape, no, or the ecosystem. When you say landscape, it is a three-dimensional section of the Earth's surface with specific pattern of topography, rocks, soil, water, flora, and fauna. Okay, when we say ecosystem, so this is an ecosystem model. And as you can see, soil is very important in the ecosystem, no? So you have there in the ecosystem na soil. The plants take up nutrients from the soil, okay? When these plants die, this will go back to the soil as organic matter. Or the plants will be also eaten by some of the animals like the goats and others. And these animals, when they die or when they poop, no, their manures will go back to the soil as organic matter. Then there will be microorganisms, decomposers that will attack those organic matter and then later on decompose the organic matter. And during the decomposition process, what will happen? It will release the nutrients, which will become now again available to the plants. And when the plant respire, when the animals respire, it will release carbon dioxide to the atmosphere. So that's how soil influences the ecosystem. Okay? So, ingana, that means soil is very important as part of the landscape, as part of the ecosystem. Okay, again, kung walay soil, walay tanom, or siguro pwede ta mag-hydroponics, but not all will grow as or in hydroponic system. Okay? The animals maglupad, kita maglupad, and that's very impossible. No? So soil is the link to the ecosystem. So if you're going to analyze a landscape, dili man na kay tibuok ang tibuok landscape or tibuok VSU ang imong daruhon or ang imong kuhaan og sample, no, imuhang i-excavate para mag-analyze. For the soil science, we only take a portion of the landscape as our medium for analysis. Okay? So, in one landscape, we take a portion of it. So, ang one landscape class is composed of an individual soil, or we call it polypedon. And we only take one pedon as our unit for observation. Okay? So, muna siya ang pedon. So, this one ay mga A, E, B, T, B, C, C. Siguro na-discuss na sa inyong laboratory. These are the different soil layers which can be found in the soil horizon. No? And this, not all letters should appear in each profile, no, or each pedon. It depends on how, or it depends on the degree of the development. Na ay usahay nga it only have the A and the C na dayon, no? That is still a young soil. And if it's already an old soil na anay A, na anay E, na anay BT, ang BT, na yung BT1, BT2, BT3, so those will be discussed in the laboratory, and we also have a follow-up discussion about that in the lecture. So again, ecosystem, it is an interacting system of biological community and its non-living environment. So sakto ang inyong answer kaganiha. And as I said, soil is the link to a healthy and diverse ecosystem. Based on the picture, no, nga nga part kanang daghang mga trees, that's already a diverse ecosystem because the soil was already developed. But as you proceed, the picture katong nagpalayo na nga mga bato-bato, those are still rocks, no? But they are already starting to get decomposed, pero dili pa yun siya true soil, which means it cannot give nutrition yet to the plants. Mo to nga walay tanom ngadto nga part. Okay. And also, the living systems occurring above and below the ground surface are also influenced by the soil, no? By the properties of the soil, kanang mga vegetations, mga microorganisms, mga algae, fungi, nematodes in or below the ground are affected by the properties of them. Bisag unsa ra, and this microplastic will affect the growth of these beneficial microorganisms. No? So that is a very simple action, pero it will really contribute a lot, not to the ecosystem. So, mobitaw ng karon sa university nga, you have to bring with you your waste. Don't throw it anywhere because bisan og siyuta ra na, no, your garbage, your plastic will pollute the soil and eventually pollute Also, the bodies of water, kay padulong man ang ato ang mga pollutants, which will kill the beneficial microorganisms, pollute the soil, so wala na yung mutubo nga tanong, and so on. So, in ana class. So again, the 5 factors no, of soil formation, which includes the parent material. These are the rocks, the climate, the living organisms, or the biota, topography, and time. So soil is very important. Like what Bennett said, history is largely a record of human struggle to wrest land from nature because man relies for sustenance on the products of the soil. So previously, we just, sa katong atong mga previous nga ninuno, no? Mga hunters lang, they depend on the food or the animals that they can hunt, that they can get no from the forest. But over a period of time, they settle to a more sustainable kuan na kuan na sila, nag-till na sila, nag-cultivate na sila, no? So that's that's how important is the soil. So soil resources were and are an important factor in shaping history and development. So survival of humans and animals is dependent on light, water, air, and soil. So cultivation of plants for food allowed humans to convert from nomadic hunting, hunters sa itong mga ninuno sa una, and gathering lifestyle to a more settled existence. Yan is atong history, no? And also, soil link, or it shows evidence of early civilization, very early civilization. Previously, the Mesopotamia between Tigris and Euphrates River, now over a period of time, it becomes one continent, and it is now called the Iraq. No, and the link there is the soil, the linking factor. Okay, there are a lot of writings already, even dating 25,000 BC, which already mentioned the fertility of the land. And the fertility was due to annual flooding of the land, and a system of canals were built for irrigation of crops. So even before, there is already, they know already what is soil fertility. Unfortunately, we don't know how to take care of the promised land. We were given by Moses, to take care of the promised land. However, na may mga human intervention, human activities that eventually causes degradation of the land. So we have to think about how we can help, to take care of the promised land. So these are just some of the writings, in the early civilization that mention the soil as the foundation of civilizations. So I don't need to read this. But you see, according to Franklin Roosevelt, Delano Roosevelt, the nation that destroys its soil destroys itself. Okay, tinuod. Napawawa na. Nangatog naman siguro. Ayaw dyan maghawa, kaya sayang ang 10 points sa quiz.
Yes, ma'am,
Okay.
yes.
Ma'am, dire.
So, the functions of the soil, So soil is very important, as I said, as I've discussed. And what are the functions of the soil? When you say for the engineers, it is used as engineering medium, It is a habitat for soil organisms, medium for plant growth. It is also used in the recycling system. and it purifies and supply water. So, production function. When you say production function, ano to sa functions of the soil, ha? When you say production function, the soil acts primarily as a medium for the growth of natural vegetation. Now, soil assures the supply of food, feeds, energy, and raw materials. So, this is also referred as the forestry and agricultural function of the soil. So, basically, soil is used as a medium for plant growth, no, to produce more yield, more harvest, no? That is production function. When we say ecological regulator, so this is another function of the soil, it will resist sudden change in its chemical balance, thereby protecting the multitude of organisms living in it. So it acts as buffer. It filter contaminants, no, or any substances before or in or that are added to the soil. Kuya, kaya sa hakay akong anak na YouTube na. You go to the, you go, you go to the kwarto. Kinain po yan. Kaya nag-class ka na si mami. Sige pa, hinay pa. Kuya, you go to the kwarto na. You go inside and then slow. Lower the kuan, kuya. Okay? So it acts as buffer, filter, no? And when there is animal waste from the farms, before this waste goes to the bodies of water, the soil will filter it. Okay? Industrial waste, domestic waste, the soil will filter it. Okay, that it acts as ecological regulator. It is a habitat and living space for a multitude flora and fauna, no? From largest organism to minute microorganisms. It is a home for the living organism, no? So these are in the table, you have the microbial group, no? You have bacteria, actinomyces, fungi, algae. These are just some of the microorganisms that can be found in the soil. And if you compare each of this microbial group, it is the bacteria, brain. Naklase ko nga naman. It is the bacteria, no, that has the largest or the that has the biggest population, no? It is the bacteria that has a biggest density per gram of soil, followed by the actinomycetes, and then you have the fungi and the algae. Another function of the soil is the engineering function. When you say engineering function, it's support for building foundations and for construction materials like the roads, the dams, the bridges, and others. And also the cultural heritage functions, meaning to say it preserves the remnants of the past, conceals and preserves, no? The remnants of the past civilization like the ruins, and then these dinosaurs, no? The animal, the animals that has of great value for understanding history of civilization and history of the earth. Okay, so those are the 5 functions of the soil. Don't forget that, ha? Production function, ecological regulator. Third is
Habitat and living space.
habitat and living space. Fourth, you have
Engineering function.
Engineering function,
engineering function, and then cultural heritage
cultural heritage
function.
function.
So now why we have, oh, very good. So why we have to study the soil? Why study the soil? For you taking agribusiness, why you study soil? Nganong naman sa inyong course checklist ang soil? agribusiness man mo. What do you think? Why? Because as an agribusiness, no, you can have your own business like a farm or a plantation, no, which involves soil, no, which is where soil is very important. And also, for us to know how to conserve and utilize soils properly, to understand how soil, chemical, biological, and physical properties affect various uses of the soil, and to understand how soil properties can be modified to improve their quality for a particular use. And there are two concepts of the study of the soils. We have pedology. If we study soil as a natural entity, no origin, classification, and description, that is called pedology. But if we want to study soil from the standpoint of plant growth, that is called edaphology. Okay. So kung ganahan ka mag-study nga gamiton nimo ang yuta sa pagtanom, pagpatubo o vegetables, for example, that is called edaphology. But if you want to study soil, ganahan na ka magtan-aw sa iyang pH, magtan-aw kung bisa na siya nga parent material, magtan-aw kung unsa na nga mga minerals present in the soil, that is called pedology. Understood? Okay. Okay. So remember, class, we have different concept of soil. No, it depends on your point of view. Okay? If you are an engineer, lahi. If you're a geologist, lahi. Horticulturist, lahi. Turf specialist po, lahi ang inyong concept of soil. If you're a farmer and agronomist, lahi po. If you're an animal scientist, soil is used for their pasture, as their pasture area. Or soils are used as their medium for their forage crops, no? And if you are a city dweller, for you, soil is a dirt. Okay, so we have different concepts. So the ultimate role, never ever call the soil dirt. Agree, disagree?
Agree.
Agree.
Okay.
Agree, ma'am.
Okay. Agree. So let's continue. Continue ni nato kay para mahuman na. 8:30 ta mo stop. Okay, so let's discuss the history of soil in a nutshell. No, dili na to siya i-dig one by one. So the most important lang event in the soil science. So originally, a branch of geology that developed into a natural science. Soil science is part of the geology. Diba? Geology is the study of the earth. So ang soil science branch round na siya sa geology. Tuwa sa pikas balay, ugma na. So starting in the 19th century, soil science was already considered as a natural science that deals with a natural body, the soil. So major applications was initially towards addressing agricultural concerns and has greatly contributed to the increased food production worldwide. So worsening environmental problems and the increased realization that the soil can trap contaminants has drastically changed the focus of soil science. So sa una, our focus is just more on soil fertility, on looking on the different, the physical, chemical, and biological properties of the soil, and how we can treat contaminants. Now, mag-research nami sa mga dump site, mga landfill, unsay nahitabo when there are contaminants added into the soil, what happens. And also, just recently, because of the global warming, climate change, our focus now is how the soil contributes to global warming. So, muna na ang among focus, no? It's more on the environmental concept. So, soil is not only looking on how the soil can improve crop production, but also how the soil can treat contaminants and how soil affects or contributes to global warming or climate change. Okay. So soil science is now considered to be a natural science with applications in various fields such as forestry, agriculture, ecology, geography, and environmental science. So this clearly reflects the wide scope of soil science. The wide scope because we are giants, no? Soil scientists are giants. So we can see farther than they used to do, than they used to before. So Motong na ay mga daghang recent development, recent studies, because we are standing on the shoulder of the giants. We can see further. If you are just not narrow-minded, there is a wide, kung ano, mga things, research that you can do in soil science. Okay. So in soil science history, there are different periods. So we have three periods in the development of soil science. We have the ancient period. In the ancient, so 4,000 years ago, the Chinese, no, si Chinese gini ang una-una already attempted to classify the soil. 4,000 years ago, ha? They already know how to classify the soil. 2,000 years ago, the Greeks and the Romans started simple soil studies. Then there is this Theophrastus who gave the soil the name Edephos and described soil properties that affect the growth. So edaphology, now it's the study of the soil as the standpoint for plant growth, no? And that is edaphology. Edephos, meaning soil. That was actually named by Theophrastus. Then Cato, he developed a classification system of arable soils and emphasized the suitability of soils for farming. So Roman thinkers started land evaluation for tax already, even in the ancient times, and they put the value of tax based on the smell, the taste, and other soil properties. So kung lami siguro ang taste or ang lasa sa soil before, they tax more. Kung aslong, they tax less. No? Kay aslong, which means acidic. So that's how they evaluate the land before, no, for the tax purposes. Then we have, so the first period is ancient. Then we have the pre-soil science period. So naanay mga scientists that discovers soil, no? We have first Justus von Liebig. He established agricultural chemistry and formulated the mineral theory of plant nutrition, which we call the law of minimum. Then as Henry Darcy, who developed the key law in soil physics, he named it Darcy's Law that describes water flow in soils. Then si Joseph Henry Gilbert, who established the first systematic long-term field fertilizer experiment in the world famous experimental station, the Rothamsted. Now this is in UK. Then, so we have the ancient, the pre-soil science period, and the third period is the early soil science period. So the founder of soil science during the early soil science period is Falou. So Falou is the founder of soil science. In his book Pedology or General and Special Soil Science, he argued for the relevance of recognition of soil science, independent natural science. And he showed that soil layers have to be evaluated to understand the soil. Then we have the Kuchaev, Vivi de Kuchaev, who is the father of modern soil science. The founder is Falu. The father of modern soil science is the Kuchaev. In his book, The Russian Chernozem, so the Kuchaev is a Russian, he discussed the factors of soil formation and he introduces the ABC horizon nomenclature system. And he have been influenced by the writings of Falu. The Kuchaev is a student of Falu. Okay. And then we have Helgard, one of the first to apply soil science to solve problems in agriculture and is considered the father of American soil science. Then we have Hans Jenny. No, in 1941, he published The Factors of Soil Formation. So it was Hans Jenny who published The Factors of Soil Formation, which includes, so if you're going to read this formula, so soil is equal to the function of climate, the Cl, O organism, R is the relief, P is the parent material, and T is the time. Okay, that's the factors of soil formation. And also in the early soil science period, na ay na-develop ng organization, they call it the International Union of Soil Sciences. It is a global scientific organization of soil scientists and soil science practitioners. We can be founded from the International Soil Science Society. So previously it is called ISSS, but now it is called IUSS. More than 50,000 members worldwide and a full member of the International Council for Sciences. Okay. Okay, so those are the contributions now of the different scientists in the development of soil science from the ancient to pre-soil science to early soil science period. So now let's discuss the different divisions of soil science. Okay, so when we say soil genesis, this focuses on the origin, the formation of soil science. No, that's called soil genesis. If we are into mapping, field characterization, classification, then that is soil survey and classification. If you're more on looking on the physical properties and processes, that is called soil physics. If you want to study on soil microorganisms and biochemical processes in the soils, that is soil microbiology and biochemistry. If you want to study the supply of soil nutrients to plants in proper amounts and proportions, that is soil fertility. If you want to look on mineralogy, chemical processes that are of agriculture and environmental importance, that is soil chemistry. If you want to know the science of soil loss, soil erosion, how to conserve the different techniques to prevent soil loss, and that is called soil conservation. Okay, so there are 7 divisions, no? So again, we have soil genesis, soil survey and classification, soil physics, soil microbiology and biochemistry, soil fertility, soil chemistry, and soil conservation. Questions? Wala na? Yes, we are done with one. Wala may mga pangutana? Wala dyan dayon pangutana. Okay. Para mahungan? Okay. So that's module 1. I hope you were with me during our discuss or basin og nagtagay-tagay na mo di sa luyo.
Ma'am, nag-attendance na mo, ma'am.
Wala pa. Ang mag-attendance kay si kuan ra si Google Meet, pero magkuan ko, mag-screenshot ko karon. Okay, so do you have questions? Were you able to follow my discussion?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Very
ma'am.
self-explanatory na ganing no need to discuss na unta, but at least na nakabati, no? I hope everyone had learned from tonight's discussion and prepare for a quiz about Module 1, about the things, the topics that we discussed tonight on Monday. Okay?
Ang room, ma'am, asa dapit?
Ang
Room, ini ka Monday.
the room is the same, 119. Na si Ma'am